Welcome back to Sportybleather, the Golden Boot. I'm Faisal.
And I'm Jade. And what a day it's been, Faisal. June 18th, World Cup Match Day. And honestly, we've got drama, controversy, and a full-on international debate about the greatest of all time.
We do, and we're starting with the big one. Portugal versus DR Congo, Group K, Houston, Texas. And the scoreline was 1-1. But the story is not the scoreline. The story is Cristiano Ronaldo.
Right, because on paper, Ronaldo plays. Portugal go ahead early. João Neves slots one in on 6 minutes. Beautiful. Portugal looking sharp.
Then DR Congo pull level just before halftime. Yohan Wissa, the Brentford man, he equalizes. And suddenly, it's all square. 1-1 at the break, and it stays that way.
And throughout the entire 90 minutes, Ronaldo, 0 shots on target. 0. CR7. The man, the myth, the GOAT debater. Not a single shot on target.
Now, to be fair to him, this is his record-equaling 6th World Cup appearance. Nobody in history has played 6 World Cups. 6. That alone is an extraordinary achievement.
Absolutely. But here's the question that every pundit, every fan, every taxi driver is asking this morning. Should Ronaldo start the next game?
And look, it's genuinely a dilemma. On one hand, you've got sentiment. You've got legacy. You've got the image of him lifting that trophy. Portugal winning the World Cup with Ronaldo. It writes itself.
On the other hand, football is ruthless. And if your number 9 isn't getting shots on target, that's a problem. Portugal have quality coming off the bench. They've got options.
He was visibly frustrated, Jade. You could see it. The body language. He knows. And I think that's actually what makes it sadder, in a way. He's not deluded about it.
He wants it so badly. This is it for him. This is the last dance. And DR Congo did a job defensively. To be fair to them, they were brilliant. Compact, physical. They didn't let Portugal breathe.
Right, so the question mark hangs over Ronaldo. And Portugal have dropped 2 points. Group K is wide open now. Colombia are top on 3 points after beating Uzbekistan. We'll get to that. But Portugal need to win their next game. No more draws.
The pressure is on. And I think the manager, Roberto Martinez, he knows. He's going to have to make a decision. Does he drop a legend? Or does he stick with him and hope he clicks?
It's the hardest call in football right now. All right, now, if that was drama, let's talk about pure entertainment. Because England versus Croatia in Dallas was a proper match.
Oh, this was brilliant. 4-2. 4-2. And it was not straightforward. It was not a cruise. Croatia made England work.
England started well. Harry Kane, penalty on 12 minutes. 1-0. Controlled start for England. Looking good, looking organized.
Then Croatia came alive. Martin Baturina pulls one back on 36 minutes. Equalizer. And suddenly Tuchel's on the touchline looking a bit twitchy.
Kane gets his second right before halftime, 42 minutes. 2-1 England. And then right on the stroke of halftime, Petar Musa, 2-2. Croatia level it up going into the break. Absolutely wild first half.
The dressing room at halftime must have been intense, because England were winning, then levelled, went ahead, then levelled again. All in 45 minutes.
And Tuchel clearly had words, because England came out in the second half completely different. Jude Bellingham, 47 minutes. 47. 2 minutes into the second half, bang. 3-2 England.
Bellingham in a big tournament game. No surprise whatsoever. He just turns up when it matters.
And then to put the icing on it, Marcus Rashford on 85 minutes. 4-2. England are through. 3 points in the bag, and Kane has now equaled Gary Lineker's England World Cup scoring record.
That is huge. Kane is level with Lineker, and he did it in the very first game. If he gets another goal in this tournament, he's England's all-time top World Cup scorer. History maker.
The support in Dallas was incredible too. England fans absolutely packed that stadium. And I'll tell you what, it was the kind of performance that gives you hope. Not perfect, but entertaining, resilient, and clinical when it mattered.
4 goals in a World Cup opener. We haven't seen that from England in years. That's a proper statement.
Right, let's go to Group L's other match. And if England versus Croatia was entertainment, Ghana versus Panama was pure drama of a completely different kind.
This was a 1-0, but it was far from a boring 1-0. Ghana won it in the 95th minute. Stoppage time. Caleb Urenchi. The crowd in Toronto absolutely erupted.
Brandon Thomas Asante with the assist. And the thing that makes this even more remarkable, Ghana played almost the entire second half with a backup goalkeeper.
Lawrence Ati Ziggy, their first-choice keeper, went off injured at half-time. Benjamin Asare comes on. Backup goalie in a World Cup game. The pressure on that lad.
And he was magnificent. He made crucial saves to keep Ghana in it. Without him, the result could have been completely different. Panama were not just sitting back.
So Ghana win it in injury time, with a substitute goalkeeper who had barely played at this level. And Urenchi gets the winner in the 95th minute. Imagine being that lad. Your first World Cup. A late winner for Ghana.
And what does that mean for Group L? Well, England are top on 3 points. Ghana are level on 3 points. Croatia and Panama are bottom on 0. It's wide open.
England versus Ghana later in the group is going to be massive. That's a match I cannot wait for.
Absolutely. Right, now Colombia versus Uzbekistan in Group K. And this one had a very special storyline baked into it.
Uzbekistan, making their World Cup debut, for the first time ever. And they had an incredible reception from fans who had never seen their country on this stage before.
Colombia were expected to win this, and they did, 3-1. But it wasn't without a moment that will go down in history for an entire nation.
Abosbek Fayzulayev, 60 minutes. Uzbekistan's very first World Cup goal, ever, in history.
The commentary, the celebrations, the tears from Uzbek fans in the stands. That moment was everything. You could see what it meant. Debut World Cup, first ever goal, 60 minutes in. Incredible.
And even though they lost 3-1, Daniel Munoz had opened the scoring on 40 minutes for Colombia. Then Luis Diaz on 65, that's 2 Liverpool players by the way, and Jaminton Campaz wrapped it up in the 99th minute.
Diaz with a goal, which he'll be absolutely buzzing about. Liverpool fans will be watching that one. He's been brilliant for club, now representing Colombia at a World Cup. Phenomenal player.
And Colombia are top of Group K on 3 points alongside Portugal. It's level on points. DR Congo on 1, Uzbekistan on 0. But Uzbekistan, they scored their first World Cup goal today. That is a fact of football history that will live forever.
Exactly. Whatever happens in the rest of the tournament, those fans go home saying, "We were there. We saw it. We scored at a World Cup." You can't take that away.
Right, so Group K standings. Colombia and Portugal both on 1 point before today. Sorry, both now on 3 after their respective draws. No, wait. Portugal drew, Colombia won. So Colombia top on 3, Portugal 1 point after the draw.
Yeah, Portugal 1 point from the draw, Colombia 3. Huge game between them coming up.
Cannot wait for that one. All right, we need a quick breather before we get into the transfer window because it is absolutely flying off today. Big, big moves.
Don't go anywhere. Transfers are up next, and there's a massive Liverpool signing in there that you will want to hear about. Back in a moment. Welcome back. Transfers. And we are going straight to the headline because this one is huge for Liverpool fans.
Victor Munoz, Osasuna. Liverpool have triggered his release clause. Done deal. £34.5 million. 6-year contract at Anfield.
And the thing that makes this even better? Newcastle had been in for him. Liverpool hijacked it. Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards drove it through. They moved fast, paid the release clause in 2 installments, and they got their man.
Victor Munoz, 22 years old, Spanish winger. 6 goals in La Liga last season for Osasuna. Already has a senior cap for Spain. He is the real deal.
La Liga's best-kept secret, honestly. Rapid, direct, beats men. Exactly the profile Liverpool have been chasing for that wide position. And for $34.5 million, that is elite value in today's market.
Newcastle are fuming. They thought they had this one. Liverpool came in late, moved quickly, and got it done while Newcastle was still sorting paperwork. Classic FSG.
6-year deal. He's going to be at Liverpool for the prime years of his career. Huge, huge signing. Arne Slot has his winger.
Right, let's run through the rest of Thursday's gossip, because there is a lot going on.
Manchester United and Tottenham, both making moves for Crescencio Somerville from West Ham. 24 years old. The Netherlands forward who tore it up at Leeds before West Ham signed him. Big player when he's on form.
United and Spurs going head-to-head for him. West Ham won't want to sell cheaply. This one's going to run.
Chelsea, monitoring Diogo Costa, the Porto goalkeeper. 26 years old. £51 million price tag. Portugal international. If Sanchez is moving on, Chelsea need a keeper upgrade.
Also Chelsea, interested in Andrea Cambiaso from Juventus. Italian fullback, 26. And apparently they're willing to offer Nicholas Jackson as part of the deal. Interesting.
Jackson as a make-weight. That tells you something about how Chelsea rate him at this point, or how badly they want Cambiaso.
Real Madrid, the Julian Alvarez bid from Atletico. Apparently it was a phantom offer. Not real. Their actual top target is still Michael Olise from Bayern Munich.
Which makes sense. Olise at the Bernabeu, that would be something. But Bayern won't let him go cheap. Watch this space.
Manchester United, confirming they have no plans to give Rashford a new loan deal at Barcelona. So that's done. Rashford coming back? Sold? It's unclear, but he won't be staying at Barca.
Tottenham have rejected a second Brighton bid for Luka Vuskovic, $35 million. Spurs saying no. Brighton really want this 19-year-old Croatian defender who they had on loan at Hamburg. But Spurs are holding firm.
And Spurs are going for Said El Mala from Cologne. Germany under-21 forward. 19 years old. Newcastle and Nottingham Forest also interested, but Spurs have opened talks first.
Young British talent note. Charlie Gray from Manchester City. 20 years old. English midfielder. Lazio and Feyenoord are both keeping tabs on him. One to watch if City move him on.
Big day in the transfer market. Victor Munoz to Liverpool. That's the headline. Genuinely exciting player. 6-year deal. Hijacked from Newcastle. Done.
Right, that is it for today's episode of Sportybleather, the Golden Boot. What a day June 18th has been. Portugal-Ronaldo dilemma. England 4-2 Croatia. Ghana's injury time winner with a sub-keeper. Uzbekistan's first World Cup goal in history. And Liverpool nicking a target from right under Newcastle's nose.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, leave us a review wherever you're listening, and share it with a mate who loves football.
We'll be back tomorrow with everything from the next round of group games and all the latest transfer breaking news. I'm Faisal.
I'm Jade. This is Sportybleather, the Golden Boot. See you tomorrow.